We're honored to be joined tonight by one of the people who is going to help us build this incredible future, and he is a truly incredible guy. And I don't say that often. He's a great gentleman. He's done such an unbelievable job for North Carolina, for Georgia, for Alabama, for Florida, for Tennessee. His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space.
Such a loser.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Why is
Take
he
over,
doing
Elon.
that?
Yes,
Oh my God, he's such a loser.
Dude, this is the worst neurodivergent visibility you could ever have, okay?
Oh
Straight
my
up.
God, he's such a fucking loser. Holy shit.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm Dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight! Blood coming down the face.
Dude, they're like child. Their brain works like a child brain.
Yeah. The home of the brain.
Fight! It was so sick, wasn't it? Oh. Wow.
And there's no truer test than courage under fire.
God, he's
so
such a fucking
who do you
loser.
want representing America? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean,
I think
Joe Biden is no longer running, so that doesn't even make any sense.
It's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech.
You know what?
Take away your right
when
to
I look
bear
at people
arms.
like Elon Musk, it just goes to show you that you don't need to be smart. You don't need to be
They want to take away your right to vote effectively.
Anybody could be rich.
You got
Bad,
14
thank you for the
states
taking
now
subs.
that
You're
don't
absolutely right.
require
Anybody
voter
can be
ID.
fucking rich.
California.
You know what I mean? Like there was
where
a
I used to
moment.
live,
It actually makes me depressed about myself.
Just passed a law.
You know what I mean?
Banning
I look at
voter
myself
ID
in the mirror
for
sometimes. I'm
voting.
like, Austin, you just got really fucking lucky. You got no special fucking ability.
I still can't believe that's real.
You had success, you fucking lucky son of a bitch.
How are you supposed to
No,
have a good,
100%.
proper election if
You
there's no
lucky
ID?
son of a
It's
bitch.
Meaningless. and free speech. Free speech is the bedrock.
You were
of
1
democracy.
degree from being a loser. All right? Just a nothing.
If people don't
All right,
know
let him cook.
what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. Yes.
God, he's got this. Holy shit.
This is a must-win situation.
He's a terrible
Must
public
win.
speaker.
So I have one
Oh my
ask
God.
for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. There's one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay, and get everyone you know, and everyone you don't know.
Oh my
drag
God.
them to register to vote.
God, he's got
There's
negative
only
charisma.
2 days left to
Just
register to
negative.
vote in Georgia and Arizona. 48 hours.
He sucks life out of a room.
Like, text people now.
God, he's awful.
Now.
Holy shit. What a buzzkill.
And then make sure they actually do
I'd be
vote.
pissed.
If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction.
Oh, shut the
Nothing's
fuck.
more important. Nothing's more important.
What?
So get everyone you know. Everyone. So I'm speaking to people out there. Everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced. But for people out there that are watching the video, watching the live stream, You need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now. Only 2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason, okay?
Because you're a terrible public speaker.
Nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does, okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes. A tiny margin.
Look at me.
So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe it's swapthevote.com. That's the site. And double check that your registration is good. Don't take it for granted.
This shows show you how bad the Democratic Party is.
The one
That this is how close it is.
more than anything,
You know what I mean?
that will matter is getting those registrations and then getting everyone
Like
you know to
Jesus
actually
Christ.
vote.
That's so
888, but-
fucking bad.
But you could call
Especially in
888 Big
Pennsylvania.
Land to buy land in fucking Kentucky or whatever.
Holy shit, this is awful, man.
So
What is
thank
that
you.
fascist-looking flag
honestly,
behind you? That's Rick
wanna
Owens,
just be a
dumbass.
pest. Just be a pest to everyone you know, people on the street everywhere. Vote, vote, vote.
Yeah, that'll work.
Fight,
Get
fight,
the
vote, vote,
sweatiest.
vote.
I didn't know what Starlink was, I must tell you. Elon, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know what the hell Starlink was. He loves Starlink. He can tell you every little screw
at him, he's
that's
just a
needed,
little
every
pussy. Look
wire
at him and his
I didn't know.
Starlink.
But when I was in North
Look at my
Carolina and
autistic
Georgia
friend over
just
there.
the other day,
He loves his
yesterday to be
Starlink.
exact, but they were saying we have tremendous communications, especially in North Carolina, and we have tremendous problems.
so
we have no
condescending to-
communication.
when
The
he
poles
talks
were
about
ripped down,
people.
The wires were underwater.
Look at him, he's just a
Houses
little
were
pussy.
destroyed.
Look at that
Possibly
cute little
1,000
pussy.
people, maybe more, will be. You know, there's
Somebody get
600
him laid,
people
he's
missing.
pathetic.
Missing is not good, because you know what missing means.
And they're just
generally.
sitting
That's
there
really
clapping
bad.
like a seal.
And they had no communication. They had literally no communication with, they called it the mainland because the water was so crazy. It was like they were in the middle of a lake and they'd never seen anything like it. And they said, do you know somebody named Elon Musk? I said, yeah, I happen to know him a little bit. He just endorsed me, actually. Although he endorsed me a long time ago, but he still, to me, every day is a good endorsement from Elon. Nobody's smarter than Elon. And they said, could you do us a favor? Could
Oh,
you
the guy
help
has
us?
an
We're
ear
trying to get
bandage.
Starlink.
Wait,
It's
where?
very hard to
This
get.
guy
Most
in the
people say
back.
you
He's
can't even
wearing the
get it.
Trump
I
ear
called up
bandage.
Elon. I said, North Carolina's in big trouble. Georgia's in big trouble. They need communication. They have none because their poles have been knocked down and their wires are underwater and even dangerously underwater. But they have no communication. Elon, could you do something about Starlink, whatever the hell that is, Elon? Whatever Starlink, that's all they want to hear is Starlink. And an amazing thing happened. I got a call from one of the top people in North Carolina. I got a call from another great person in Georgia. And I wasn't finished with my phone call yet. And they got word that Starlink
Look at this
would be
fucking
delivered
idiot.
to
We're
the
taking
States.
America
I
back
said,
from the communists.
no, and I said, what the hell is he, what kind of a system is that? Normally you'd have to hang up and he'd go and call people. He did it during the phone call. What kind of a system do you have? That's why he's a very advanced.
Okay, but how did he deploy a bunch of receivers into fucking Asheville? Like, that's not how this works. You know what I mean? Unless he also shipped a bunch of fucking receivers. Like, how are they gonna get access to Starlink?
You don't have to pay me. You pay me someday when you get the money back. You don't have to pay me. He wanted nothing. He's a great guy. Thank you, Elon, for being here. Thank you very much. Great honor.
Starlink has been super helpful, not
Great
gonna
honor.
lie. I'm sure it is, but they need receivers. I suspect that it was probably FEMA that bought the fucking Starlink receivers and deployed it into the area of need. And that's precisely what happened. And Donald Trump is like weirdly taking credit for it. And Elon Musk is taking credit for it.
Thank you, Elon.
When in fact, it was
that's
most
heartfelt.
likely
I can't
FEMA that
even see
already
the
bought
end.
it with the
That's a
fucking
lot of
government
people
funds
here
allocated
today.
to it.
We're also joined by a
Give Starlink
great
credit for what
gentleman,
they've
a
done for the people.
top
No, I think Starlink is awesome.
He went to
Okay,
a
I wish it wasn't
tremendous
owned by
college and
this
graduated, like, right at the
stupid
top of his class.
dumbass.
In 2 years, I didn't know you could do that. It's 4-year college. Then he went to the military. Then he came
No,
out.
no,
and he
no.
did
I'm not gonna say fuck
fantastic roles
Starlink.
at
It's
the military.
great.
Then he
It's
came out, he
pretty
went
good
to Yale
satellite internet.
without the benefit of family
just
ties.
understand
You know
how
what that
this
means,
works.
right?
You
Without
know what
the
I mean?
That's pretty good without family ties. I don't know too many of those people. They had no family ties. He got in. He can't get in. And he graduated along with his wife.
It was
The
FEMA. I
They're
lived
not going to have
there.
any problems with your
FEMA
kids'
had some. I live in
academics, I
Asheville.
can
The
tell you. His
subscription is
wife
free
and
for
him were
only
like
a
the
month.
top students in the class. But he went to Yale Law School, and then he went out into the private
Yeah,
sector.
you would
Did
need
great. Then he
receivers
ran
ready
for
to go. Dozens of Starlink
the
systems
Senate,
deployed for
and he
Hurricane
did
Helene by the Biden
fantastically. He
administration.
won.
There you go.
And he's like
I
a
love that
rocket
Donald
ship.
Trump
He's
is
like one
taking
of
credit for it,
Elon's
though.
rocket
Like
ships, the way his career
he's
is
like, I don't
going.
know what Starlink is,
But
but
you see why.
I deployed them with Elon.
Brilliant guy, and you saw that the other night in the debate, right? You saw that the other night in the debate. You know the expression they have? If that were a fight, they would have stopped it, right? So I just want to thank JD. I'm also very energetic, and he'll go on
Starlink
anyway.
doesn't
He'll
work
go
without
on
receivers. Receivers should have been
MSDNC.
given
I say, oh, he's on that.
earlier.
He'll go on CNN. It's like he has no problem. He swats them like this. He has no problem.
Yeah, falsely claiming that the systems is yet to be
No,
deployed.
it's true. You know,
We
other
want
people
Starlink
say,
hooked up.
sir, I'd rather not do that one. I'd rather not do that one, sir. I'd rather not do them because they are, you know, very. With him, he doesn't care. He says, they're not going to outsmart me.
Look at that.
So I want to thank JD. You've done a great job. Thank
That's
you
from
very much.
September 30th.
A lot of people from Congress. I'm going to introduce a few of them that are really outstanding, and they are warriors and they're great patriots. Senator Eric Schmidt. Where's Eric Schmidt? He's around here someplace. Nice, tall, handsome guy. Thank you, Eric. What a great job you've done. He helps us so much with the Senate, and we've got a great Senate. We have to get a couple of more senators elected. I think it's going to happen.
Look at this.
I think it's going to happen. We have members of Congress here. Dan Muser. Dan, where's Dan? Great job. Real warrior. These are warriors.
I'm switching my
Guy
vote.
Reschenthaler.
I'm voting
That's
for
the
it
hardest
now.
name in the Senate to
like a
pronounce,
positive.
but I've learned how to pronounce it.
Oh, you want to
Guy,
show the
thank you very
boobs?
much.
Is that what
Great.
I'm-
Where's Guy? Guy, thank you very much. Guy.
No, I'm trying to.
Glenn
trying to see the
G.T.
boobs.
Thompson. Fantastic guy. Thanks, Glenn. Great job. John Joyce. Thank you, John. Great. Corey Mills. He's out there fighting, too. He's out there. He is out there in North Carolina, Georgia. He's out there helping
Wait,
people.
isn't that the?
Mike Waltz.
Hold on.
Who's a tremendous national security asset. Thank you, Mike.
It's an image of an OnlyFans model who's like pro-Trump, and she's naked and she lowers the fucking Trump 2024 flag that she has to show her wonderful boobs.
She has great boobs.
Austin loves titties, by the way.
I do.
Like a little too much for a gay man.
Not like sexually.
No lie, he loves titties.
I just
It's
think that
weird. I can't show it to you. It's fucking nudity.
that
When I was
guy.
created, like
When he said
the
that,
last minute, I was
JD, when he
gay
said that,
in the
I said,
womb,
I like this guy.
I like.
So then he
started
said,
out
you know, sir,
becoming,
he was
like,
leaving the
get
White
all
House.
the
He said,
foundations
I'd
of
love
being
to run for
straight,
Congress.
but then,
And he
like, I
ran
don't know.
with- against 28 people, they were running. They were
At
all
some
running
point,
for
it
the
took a turn.
Republican primary because whoever won that primary is going to win. I think it's a Trump plus 48. Whoever wins gets 48. 48
I've got,
point
like, the-
start. And not only did he win, he won easily. And now he's one of the most popular people in Congress and one of the most talented, maybe more importantly. Ronnie Jackson. Ronnie. Where's Ronnie? Where is he? Oh, good. Thank you, Ronnie. And you got a lot of talent surrounding you there. I think it's very important also. We're here for a reason, and that's to win and to honor Corey. But Corey wants us to win, too. And
Oh
there's
my
a man
God.
in the
He's
audience.
dead, bro.
that's
He's
been
dead.
Very much a career path, a little bit like JD, a great student, great talented student, and fantastic in the military. Then went out to be a tremendous success, one of the most successful people on Wall Street, actually. And he's tough and he's smart, and he's going to make sure you always have fracking in Pennsylvania. We have plenty of us. Stop this deal. That's why you've got to get out. You've got to get out and vote. We're going to win this thing. And the more we win it, you know, it's too big to rig. You know the expression we use? Make it too big to rig.
Getting
You know, at a
called
certain
out right
point,
now.
Elon would understand this better than anybody statistically. At a certain point, their cheating doesn't matter. And we want to make it too big to rig. And we also have somebody that's very special, the co-chair of the Republican Party, Lara Trump. Thank you. Oh, thanks.
I was holding an outside hope that Trump might
And you know,
galvanize Albo to
oftentimes with
distance from the
families, they say,
U.S.,
"Oh,
but I don't think so
why
anymore.
did you
Fuck
put
no,
that
dude.
one in or this one in?" And all the
Australia
different
was the
people. So
first
many
country to
people have
implement
problems with
TSA
that.
protocols
In her
after
case, everyone said,
9/11,
"How
and
the
the
hell
reasoning
did
for
you get
why
her to
they
do
did
it?"
that security theater bullshit, was specifically so American tourists would feel at home in Australia. That's how incredibly cucked Australia is.
She's married to my wonderful son, Eric, who's right here. So, Eric, please stand up. He's a great guy. Eric has a distinction. He has gotten more subpoenas than any man in the history of our country by about 10 times. Every day Congress would meet, they'd send him a subpoena. What is it about? They have no idea. But
Australia is so cucked to the United States. They saw Americans doing war crimes in Afghanistan. They were like, we need to get us, mate. We need to do our war crimes too.
People, and he made a big
That's
contribution yesterday to Georgia.
Fucking hell.
A big contribution.
It can't
to
just be
North
the
Carolina.
Americans
Steve
doing
Woodcock
war
is here.
crimes. We'll do our own. We're a fucking penal colony as well, mate.
Hi, Steve. Thanks. And another man who's one of the greatest businessmen in the country, he actually said that if Trump doesn't win, this country is going to go into a massive depression. Well, I don't know about that, but he has been a very good predictor, I will say that. And truly one of the greats, one of the great pickers, picker meaning stocks. He knows what he's doing, and highly respected by everybody. John Paulson. Thank you, John. Great. And he was doing mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on a man who was really in bad shape, like nobody's ever seen, and his family appreciates it.
He's calling
and
him
I do
gay
too,
now.
So thank you, Rico, very
Post-mortem.
much. Right? Amazing, amazing, amazing the people that we have. And you learn about them under times like this. That's when you really learn. So we're going to be seeing Rico again. And Ed Shear, fantastic job. Thank you, Ed. We appreciate it. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ed. Great job. In addition, this evening we have to send our prayers and support to all the families affected by Hurricane Helene.
Ed Sheeran,
This has been the
that's
worst
right.
hurricane response by a president and vice president since Katrina, and this is simply not acceptable. Those people, I was there yesterday with North Carolina and Georgia, and I'll tell you, and by the way, the governor of Georgia is doing an excellent job, but we have other people that aren't doing a good job, and we have to have them do a good job. But the federal government is doing a very bad job. They are not doing the job, and we have death and destruction that we haven't
Did you
seen
feel
maybe
at home when you
ever. It's
visited
a real
Australia?
bad
Yes,
one, and they have to
Australia
get
is
people
basically
there.
America, but
They
more
don't have
fun
people there.
and
They
with
don't have
better
people.
Asian food.
Kamala wined and dined in San Francisco, and all of the people in North Carolina. No helicopters, no rescue. It's just what's happened there is very bad. They're offering them $750 to people whose homes have been washed away. And yet we send tens of billions of dollars to
Did you
foreign
go to
countries
Diddy's
that
parties?
most
No,
people
I was
have
too
never
busy
heard
having
of.
sex with your
They're
dad.
offering them $750. They've
I
been
was
destroyed.
fucking your
These
dad
people have been destroyed.
Every time a Diddy party was
One-
happening.
Young lady washed. You saw that with her son. I mean, pretty.
Oh, my
I wish I
God.
never saw it, but just washed away. Your son was washed away with the grandparents.
The coffee.
And so sad. And they're offering, they're giving them $750. And think of it. We
I'm gonna
give
start-
foreign countries
great business, MAGA
hundreds of
merch.
billions of dollars, and we're handing
Now you're
North
thinking.
Carolina
That's what I'm talking about.
$750. If you want a president who won't even try to save you when the floodwaters are rising, vote for Kamala. She's not the right person. Look, you know what? If they did a good job, I wouldn't have run. To be honest with you, I didn't need to do this. I didn't need to. If I thought they were doing an even modestly good job, I wouldn't have run. But I saw right from the beginning, grossly incompetent, and I was right about that, and I decided to run. And we're doing really well. I was telling you about polls. We're way up in some polls. We're up in other polls. And with the swing states, I think most of them have us up in every single swing state, including the great commonwealth of a place called Pennsylvania. And don't ever not call it a commonwealth, because I've seen people call it a state, and that's the end of them. That's practically the end of their political career. You got to be very careful with Pennsylvania. It's that commonwealth. I haven't made that mistake. I don't want to either. It was not a pretty picture. If you want a president who will stop at nothing to protect you
What
and
is
your
he
family, I hope you're going to vote for
What?
a gentleman named Donald J. Trump. Have you heard of him?
He sucks.
Together we will rebuild Western North Carolina, rural Georgia, and
He's starting to
every
get to the end of
other
the speech. The
state
speech has been
that's been
ass.
so badly
No, it's
affected.
not
That
getting to the
includes
end of the speech.
Alabama,
There's still plenty
Virginia
more.
was very hit hard. South Carolina was hit very hard.
No wonder
Florida.
people are leaving.
So many states. Tennessee was hit really
Look,
hard.
they're leaving.
They were all hit, and we're going to work with them. And you know, the next president's
they're
going to be the
getting
one that
closer.
really
They're
once
getting their
they
backs
get,
to their-
they got to get this
somebody had
done.
to leave
But
for
once
that.
that happens, the next president is going to be the one that has to really help him, and JD will be there to help him. I know that. 2024 is the most important election in the history of our country. And here are the facts. My opponent, Kamala Harris, is the most incompetent and far-left nominee ever to run for president. You know, she's much further left than crazy Bernie Sanders. You know that. She wants to open borders. She took the most secure border in U.S. history and turned it into the worst border in the history of the world. Remember, she was appointed border czar. She says she wasn't now after 3 years, but she was. But whether she was or not, she was in charge of the border. And the other day I saw her get up and say, we will do this, we will do that. We're going to. Why didn't they do it 4 years ago? Why didn't they do it? The damage is so bad, and so it's been done. She let in 21 million illegal aliens from all over the world, from prisons and jails and mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're terrorists at record levels, at levels we've never seen before. She cost you $29,000 a family through inflation price hikes. And now she wants a larger tax hike. She wants to go the largest tax hike in American history. There's never been a tax hike like what she's proposing. She's going to raise your taxes a minimum of $3,000. She's a big taxer. And she was the original creator of Defund the Police. I think for all the sheriffs over here, if you're a partner in Defund the Police for even 2 days, you cannot be president. But she was one of the founders of Defund the Police, and she still believes that, by the way. I don't know how anybody could, but she still believes that. And if she ever had a chance, there's a good possibility she'd go back to it. Can you imagine? Somebody's robbing our house. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. That's what they say there's nothing. You know, they tried it. And you know where they tried it? In Minnesota with our vice president. And it wasn't working out too well. It was working out very well for the robbers and the criminals. That's the only one it was working out well for. Kamala Harris vowed to abolish ICE. She wants mass amnesty and citizenship for illegals. And worst of all, she lost, and this is maybe the worst thing in the whole, that nobody talks, the fake news won't mention it. She lost more than 325,000 migrant children that are now dead in slavery or just plain missing, probably never to be seen again, never to see their parents again.
She's literally a fucking cop herself. What are you talking about?
325,000 have been lost. She praised the idea of a 70% to an 80% tax rate. She imposed a natural gas export ban on Pennsylvania, which is killing your energy workers and your pricing. You know, you have one of the highest energy costs in the country, and yet you're sitting on top of a massive amount of energy that she doesn't want to get. It's been a disaster.
Dude, this is like kind of optics related, but like Trump supporters are so fucking like gross.
You know, with politicians,
And so goddamn
gross looking?
Yeah, there's like a stink around them. Like I can fucking see one from a mile away. When I see someone, it's never like a normal person.
No.
It's never like rarely ever do you encounter someone and they're like a buttoned up normal guy or gal and they're a fucking Trump supporter. You know what I mean? It's weird. They have this like weird aura, this weird energy about them every time, especially ones that you see at the Trump rally. Like you can, you know, the peak of the cult.
the far less than average governor
They're just so insane.
has banned any and all ID requirements from voting and registering to vote. You're not even allowed to mention the fact, Elon. You're not allowed to mention the fact. You can't say, may I see your ID? If you do, it's a criminal act. This is a takeover of the country. You're not allowed to ask for an ID. If you do, it's a criminal count. Other Democrat states are following. This is only so they can cheat. There's only one thing that you do this for, so that you can cheat on elections. There's no other conceivable reason. Kamala Harris is a radical left Marxist. She is a woman.
Like, look at this lady who made like a Elon Musk shirt. Like, you're not mentally well. Like, when you go the distance like this and you go and you fucking make like a custom made t-shirt with like some tweet that you made towards Elon Musk or whatever, like that is like deep levels of mental illness, okay? You're just not a normal person at that point. You're insane.
He got 14 million votes. If you believe in democracy or a system, he got 14 million votes, and she got none. She was the first one out, 22 candidates, and she never made it to Iowa. She quit before Iowa, and now she's running, and that's okay.
That Biden's
but,
not
you
in the
know,
race
we spent
anymore.
$150 million beating Biden, and as soon as he was down and out for the count, they said, let's take him out. We'll give somebody else to run. Never happened before. We do a lot of firsts, I will tell you. We do a lot of firsts. But she's a person that rated even worse in every statistic than any other senator. She was rated at the bottom of the U.S. Senate. She's destroyed everything she touched. But the good news is that we have a plan to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it fast. Nobody is going to stand for open borders. Nobody is going to stand for a bad military.
Wait, is that a Nazi number?
Nobody is going to stand for education that's not proper.
Wait.
We're moving
it was on purpose,
education
right?
back to the states. You're going to be
Jesus.
running your own education.
That's crazy.
So
That's
we have, in
fucking
education,
crazy.
so important is what's
Does that
more
happen
important
all
than
the time?
education. But we rank at the bottom of every
That's
list. We
fucking
rank 40
crazy.
major countries.
That's
with
too
the
specific
bottom,
of a number.
But we're top of the list as
my
the
God.
cost per pupil. We spend more
Holy
per pupil,
shit.
per student, than any other country anywhere in the world. So we're number one in that.
the
We're
number,
number
bro.
38,
Somebody said
39,
something
or
in the
40
chat, made me
every
laugh.
single time.
88 is Heil
And you
Hitler
have
in the
Denmark,
alphabet, and
you
14
have
is for the
Sweden,
14
you have
words.
Norway,
Christ.
you have
Somebody in the
China,
chat makes-
always the top five. Can you believe it? China's the top
God.
five. That's amazing.
Chat, y'all.
But we're
fucking
going to
kill
move
me.
our education
Here, I
back
gotta type.
to the states. So places like Indiana and Iowa and Idaho and states that you don't even hear too much of because they're so
you
good
can
and
say it,
so well
Mind
run.
Pillow.
They're going to run
Mind
their own
Pillow.
education. And you know
Why
what's going
did
to
you
come out
type
of
it
that?
out?
A
I don't know. I
Denmark,
just thought-
a
I thought maybe I'd
Norway,
get
a
canceled.
Sweden, maybe, I don't even know, China.
Chatter
Can
found
you
that
imagine China
crackhead.
with 1.4 billion people is a top five, and we're close to 4.
I already got your attention on X, and I want to get it again.
Starting on day one, I will seal the
Hey,
border,
Elon Musk, I'm
stop
out here in
the
Butler,
migrant
Pennsylvania at
invasion.
this rally awaiting for you and President Trump's arrival. I already got your attention on X, and I want to get it again. I want to work with you to make the America Pact great again. I'm standing here right now, but I really got to see it in the back. I really got to see it in the back. So watch out.
Oh. Yikes.
Definitely a normal person. You know what I mean? Like,
And you know what? I would have been worse than them. I would have had it done even faster. They've dumped them into the United States of America, and that's what we have. And it's dangerous out there. We're getting them out. We're getting them out quickly. And we will defeat inflation, and we will make America affordable again. And it's going to
Inflation is
start
already down,
with
isn't
liquid
it?
gold. We have more liquid gold, oil, and gas
is.
I mean,
under our
prices
feet
are still up.
than any nation in the world,
Due to greedy
including Saudi
corporations.
Arabia and Russia. We will become energy independent like we were just 4 years ago. You know, 4 years ago, we were energy independent. Can you believe it? And then we were going to become energy dominant. We will be dominant within a matter of months, and we will make so much money. We are going to drill, baby, drill.
Oh, Jesus.
And we will again open Anwar. Ronald Reagan tried to do it. Every single president from before Reagan tried to do it, and I got it done. Anwar is the largest drilling site anywhere in the world. It could be larger than Saudi Arabia, could be larger than Russia. It's in Alaska. And I got it done, and we worked to get it done. And one of the first things he did was terminate Anwar, and that was going to take care of
Are
old
y'all
Asia.
tweeting at
That was
her?
going to
Look at
make
her.
us so much money. We would
Look
have
at her
paid
on her
off debt.
phone.
You would have gotten. I gave you the biggest tax reduction in history. You would have gotten even a bigger one. You were going to be just very happy. You were going to say, "I like that guy very much." 20 million Americans are behind on their
say
electric
that.
bills
They're
right
gonna-
now. It was just announced. 20 million Americans.
They're
They're
gonna
struggling
now do
to.
it.
pay their monthly bills at a record rate. There's
that.
never been anything like it.
Oh, God damn it.
And it's all because of their anti-U.S. energy.
Idiots, dude. You're such fucking idiots, dude. You're so stupid. Yeah, good job.
Well, I didn't do that, did I?
No, they were already doing it. You shouldn't have called it out. Now they're going to do it more.
Cars if you buy a
Don't do
Tesla,
that,
which is
Chad.
good. Which good. We will have your energy prices cut in half. It'll be cut in half within a period of 1
It's a
year
mentally
from
ill
January
person,
20th,
dude.
which is
Y'all
the
are
day
crazy.
we take office, and that's going to save you a lot of money. And that's going to, in turn, bring down the prices of everything because, you know, more than anything else, people tell me about the groceries. The groceries are groceries. They use the... And what they're talking about is food. Everything's going to be coming down when we do that. We're also going to get your interest rates way down.
JD.
We will bring automobile manufacturing back to the United States at levels never seen before. And we will turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower again. It hasn't been there in many, many years.
He still looks like shit.
We had it started 4 years
JD.
ago. The centerpiece of my plan for a manufacturing renaissance will be a 15% made in America corporate tax rate. In other words, if you make your product in the United States, you get a rate. So I cut it from 39% to 21%. Everyone said that was impossible. I got it done. And we had the best boom we've ever had. We did more revenue when we had it at 21 than when it was at 39. Think of it, much more. The following year, we did much more. And then I'm going to take it from 21 to 15, which will make us the most competitive country in the world. Nobody will be able to compete with us. But that 15 rate only goes for those who make their product in America. They have to make their product here, otherwise they pay 21. And we will protect those companies moving into America and all of our existing companies with stiff tariffs placed on companies that don't move in. If they don't come in, if they don't want to make their product here, that's fine, but they're going to be tariffed. We have to protect our companies, and that's what we're going to do.
Dude, she's now
the only way
showing
they
her
can
fucking
get out
tweets
of
that
paying
the
those tariffs
dumbass
is to
Trump supporters
build their
behind Donald
plants
Trump.
and factories in America. We may even be able to get Elon to build something. I think we will. And hire American workers for the job. We're going to hire American workers for the job. We will pass the Reciprocal Trade Act. If China or any other country charges us 100 or 200% tax, then we will likewise charge them a 100 or 200% tax. We had a lot of problems on that one with the Senate, and we're going to get that done. Think of it. They charge us, and we don't charge them. Now they charge us, we're going to charge them the same thing. Reciprocal, it's reciprocal. I will not let Mexico, China, or any other country sell cars into the United States to the detriment of our auto workers who will do better than they have ever done. We're going to bring back the car business like it was 50, 60, and 70 years ago. Everyone's going to want to be back here. And I will not approve Japan buying U.S. steel 70 years ago, the greatest company anywhere in the world. It was the greatest company anywhere in the world, and now we have Japan buying U.S. steel. I don't like that. We will deliver massive tax cuts for workers, and we will have a policy that I think is so great. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. No tax. And you know, when you think of it, our seniors were...
Never mind,
so
false
bad.
alarm. It's MAGA. It's like MAGA hogs tweeting at her to fucking tell her to wave. I looked. I looked at her replies. It's like a bunch of fucking like real American patriots being like, please wave at us where I'm seeing you on TV.
Americans catch up. We're going to put a temporary cap on the credit card interest rates at 10%. People are paying 28% interest, 25% interest. I will always protect Social
10%.
Security and Medicare with no cuts. We're not going to do anything with Social Security, but they're going to destroy Social Security because all of the migrants coming in are going on between Medicare, Social Security, other programs, and nobody is able to afford it. I will settle
it's probably
the war
fucking Asmongold's
chaos
viewers
in
that
the
are
Middle East,
tweeting at her.
and I will
if they're
prevent,
hogs.
I promise you, World War III. We're not going to have World War III. And right now, we're very close to having it. We will lead the world in space exploration. Thank you, Elon. We will lead the world in military, and we will reach Mars before the end of my term. Elon promised me he was going to do that. I don't know. Can you do that? Stand up. Can we do that? He wants to reach. I think he's going to do it. JD, work on him. Work on him. Work on him. JD is working on Elon. No, he told me that
he is.
we're going to win, and he's going to reach Mars
Work
by
that
the end of our
cock,
term,
JD.
which is a big thing. Before
they're
China,
all
before
they're all
anybody,
like a couch,
right?
JD.
And
They're all the exact same
my
type of
money's on that
fucking
guy
loser.
right there. We will rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. And we will keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. It's losing right now. It's losing right now, but I'll be able to do it. Other people won't. I'll tell these countries as they leave us on the. I say, you want to do business in the United States? You're going back into the reserve currency. And if you don't, we're going to charge you a big, fat, beautiful tax to do business in the United States. And they're going to say, I would love very much to go back into the U.S. reserve currency. No, we're going to save it. But these people aren't going to save it. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to think. Together, we will deliver low taxes, low regulations, low energy costs, low interest rates, and low inflation so that everyone can afford groceries, a beautiful car, and a home. Very basic. It's very basic. We will stop the invasion, end migrant crime, strengthen our military, build a missile defense shield around our country, keep critical race theory and transgender insanity. We're going to keep it the hell out of our school.
Insanity?
We're going to keep that insanity out of our school. And as I said, we will keep men out of women's sports. So demeaning to women. You saw that in the Olympics. They have female boxing, women's boxing, and
Oh my God, there's
a young lady
still
from
just
Italy. Very good boxer, very, very good.
Oh,
she
my
was all
God.
excited, but she played
It's
a
so
person
funny
who
that it's like
transitioned.
this is just a
Person
total fake
transitioned,
story that
male
they made up
transitioned
and they
to a
just
female.
keep pushing
and
it.
yelled about
And,
it.
the
But
young girl
so
from
much
Italy,
of this
beautiful young woman.
madness,
I'm not allowed to say that
so
anymore
much of this
politically, but I'll
madness
say
is
she was a beautiful
directly
young
just
woman.
made up
If you
shit.
say that, that's the end of your career, right? But it's not. If it is, so be it, okay? We've got to get back to real life. But this beautiful young lady is out, and she gets little jab, left jab. And she goes back, oh, my God, I've never been hit like that. This is just like a defensive. Then he goes, the corner say, you can take her. You can. So they push her out. Boom, another one. And she says, that's enough. I can't do it. I can't take it.
Chat, you have to understand, him being like Iman Khalif is a man or trans or whatever when she is not, is no different than like any number of different conspiracies that they operate on. Like the fact that immigrants are killing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans. Like it's just made up. All of that shit is just fucking made
Side
up.
of the barbell. An eighth of a pound on the other, and they can't do it. And the record standing for 18 years, they just can't do it.
Most of
And then
the
the guy comes
Republican
over, never
strategy
left it
is
before.
just creating
100
a
pounds on it, and
completely
goes like this,
fucking
like
made
it's
up
nothing.
story
It's
and then
so
getting a lot of hype
demeaning to
surrounding it.
women. We're not
And
gonna allow it
if
to
left
happen.
unchecked,
And
continuing along with it.
no men
Sometimes,
play
even if
in
they are
women's sports.
outed as
And we will
lying,
defend the
they
Second
still
Amendment,
continue to lie
protect
about it.
Religious liberty, restore free speech, and we will secure our
We don't know if the
elections.
guy who attempted
Everyone
self-immolation
will
is a CBS
prosper,
journalist or
every
not.
family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. We need hope. We need the American dream back, don't we? We're going to have the American dream. We're going to have the American dream, so every kid in your family is going to grow up and say, I want to be like Elon Musk. I want to have 200 billion in cash. I'm going to be like Elon Musk. That's the American dream. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris, and we must stop her country-destroying, radical left agenda once and for all. We cannot have it happen. So you must get out and you must vote. Here in this incredible Commonwealth, we stand on the shoulders of generations of Pennsylvania patriots who gave everything they could give, every single thing for their rights and for their freedom. Pennsylvania is where our founding fathers declared American independence and sounded the beautiful Liberty Bell. It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter at Valley Forge, where General George Washington led his men on a daring mission across the Delaware, and where generations of tough, strong, beautiful miners and steelworkers put Pennsylvania's spirit into every single thing they did. And from Gettysburg to Germantown and Philadelphia to Barron Hill and
I guess they're no
from
longer running
Brandywine to right here in Butler, this is the place where Pennsylvania patriots poured out their blood with the love of their country. They love their country so much. And so in honor of all those American heroes who came before us, we will press forward, we will push onward, and together we will win, win, win. We're going to win, win, win. Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us, no matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles we must face. We will keep striving toward our magnificent American future. We will not fail. We will not allow ourselves to fail. From this day forward, we will always put America first, and we will take back and save the United States. November 5th, Election Day, will be the most important day in the history of our country. And together with the great people of Pennsylvania, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.
I like people being like, oh, why don't we just like, why doesn't Iman Khalif sue Donald Trump? Dude, what are you talking about? He literally has like 1 million lawsuits, civil, like federal prosecution up his ass.
It's just like
state
getting line.
Prosecution. None of that shit matters.
Oh my God,
big
he's
dog.
dancing.
He's rich. Okay, he's wealthy. He's running for president. He's a cult leader. Okay.
I'll be honest, you know, that speech was ass.
This picture of Musk jumping, I can't believe they fucking posted this, dude. He looks like absolute dog shit. He looks disgusting.
Not to be like
What, a fat shamer?
And
Know where you're gonna be? Go ahead, you're gay, you're allowed.
I just don't understand if you're a multi-billionaire. He obviously cares about how he looks. And there's nothing wrong with this, right? If he's happy and comfortable, that's his prerogative. But you're a multi-billionaire. I would have a chef everywhere with me.
He just has no
I would have a
self-control.
jet. You could make delicious food that was like perfect to macros and just fucking 20 minutes a day on the Stairmaster, right? That you could literally you could bring it to your fucking hotel room. You know what I mean? Like, you could have it on your 787 jet, which I would own. All right. He's not like, you're a billionaire and you're not even good at being a billionaire. Like, he's not even good at being rich. You know? I don't know. You know what? If he's happy, I support him.
I don't. I don't.
I support the concept of being happy in your own body, not him in particular.
He is an incredibly sad.
No, fuck him.
He's an incredibly
I'm
sad.
talking about the concept of having a belly. Who gives a shit? If you want to have a belly, go fuck yeah. Have that belly, bitch. I don't give a shit. All I'm saying is he clearly cares. He transplanted his entire head, right? So, like, clearly he gives a shit. You're a billionaire.
I mean, I don't understand it either, but he's such a
20 minutes a day on the fucking Stairmaster.
He's such
Personal
a pathetic
trainer.
guy. He is such a pathetic, sad man. Like, straight up. And I know every day of his existence is riddled with anxiety, where he's just like desperately trying to seek out favor from more and more people, knowing full well that the only thing he could do is like purchase a hug box, purchase fucking sycophants that surround him,